Welcome back, you sexy savages. I told you I'd be back. Did you miss me? Of course you didn't, but I missed you. Pardon my less than colorful background that you're normally used to seeing, but I'm in the middle of remodeling my house, as if I didn't have enough shit on my plate. Like I said in the last video, I was taking a break from YouTube in order to focus on my schoolwork. And to be honest with you, I'm still in school, and it's still taking up a bunch of my time. So I guess you could say I still am technically on hiatus, but this video I just had to make. A lot has changed since the last time I've done one of these, and a lot has changed in the realm of self-improvement. And I felt like I had to take a break from my schoolwork just to make one video because I have a question to ask. And that question is, what the hell happened? So as obviously most of you know, right after the COVID pandemic, we had ourselves a little bit of a renaissance of men's self-improvement. Slowly over the course of a couple years, a slow burn, a small army crawl inch by inch, young boys and young men all across the world started to figure out that something is very wrong with the world we live in, and we are getting screwed left and right, and will continue to get screwed unless we do something about it, because no one is coming to save us. And our only option for survival is if we save each other. Or to be more specific, we give each other the strength and the tools we need to save ourselves. Over the past 2 years, however, something horrible happened. Most of the people who exploded during this renaissance of self-improvement started to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not fizzle out, not fade away, but just completely change. First on the list is the infamous Tate brothers, Andrew and Tristan, who have been lingering in limbo trying to do what they can on Rumble with their emergency meetings since their legal troubles began 2 years ago. And in that time, they've gone from going into precise and explicit details on how you can fix your life, how you can improve your health, improve your state of mind, and improve your wealth, to incoherent ramblings about bug sandwiches and the New World Order. Now that being said, I can understand them being trapped in Romania has a big role to play with their message getting a little skewed. Now, full disclosure, as most of you know, I like Andrew Tate and I like Tristan Tate. I think they're great guys, and I think they send a great message, and I think they did a lot of good to help young men get out of their lives and unfuck their lives and try to better their lives. And I truly believe that they were arrested just to shut them up, as we've seen happen time and time again with a multitude of different influential people that the powers that be did not want talking. But seeing as how it's been about 2 years and this trial keeps dragging on with what we thought was a very lack of evidence, combined with the fact that they may be extradited to the UK to stand trial there, makes us think something terrible. What if they actually did what they're accused of? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really followed their trial. I've had a lot of shit going on in my life that I've been focusing on. So I honestly don't know about how hardcore the evidence is that's against them. Not to mention the fact that it being in Romania, not much information is coming out because it's not like court here in the States where everything is online. But with that being said, I will reserve my final judgment and give my final opinion after the situation is over and done with, whenever the hell that is. But the one thing I can say for sure is that this explosion in this movement that they helped spearhead is starting to fizzle out. And it's not just the Tates. We have dude number 2, Hamza Ahmed. Hamza started off as a shy kid with a broken dick from beating his meat too much and a total pothead, and completely changed his life, got in great shape, moved to Dubai, became rich, and started teaching his brand of self-improvement to help people as well. But then he hired a team of dudes and started being known as a clown for cranking out a video literally every single day. And he too also took a break, saying that he was done and focusing on other things. But then he came back and started doing long form videos, very long. And in the process, I started noticing that he was saying a lot of really, really dumb things.
20% of men are literally coming on their wall. Like 20% of men, they fap and they don't nut into tissues. They literally just do it all over the floor and the bed sheets. The bottom 20% of men are wall comers. Would you penetrate yourself? If you wouldn't sleep with yourself, why would some other girl be so excited to sleep with you? Would you get down on your knees to the point that like you've got some friction burn on your fucking kneecaps and suck your own dick? I am better than like 99% of the people who are my age. You need to be hit in the face.
So not only did Hamza start preaching a bunch of really wacky theories that sound more like something you'd hear coming from Alex Jones and a guy like him, I noticed that in literally every single one of his videos, he would bring up a story from his past right around the time he went from this this to this and doing some degenerate stuff that he preaches against. And he says it in a way where it seems like he's bragging rather than warning people. So anyways, me and my mates took these 3 birds back from the club and we covered ourselves in peanut butters and had a massive gangbang. And I know it's total degeneracy shit, which is why I'm smiling and laughing, because it goes against everything that I preach. And I'm totally not bragging over the fact that I was a complete and total fuckboy practicing degeneracy and fucking slam pigs left and right. Now don't get it twisted, I've done a lot of fucked up shit in my past that I'm not proud of, and I mention a lot of it in my videos, but I do it to warn you guys. I don't come off as if I'm showboating or bragging about it, especially when I'm specifically preaching against it. So that, combined with his overpriced school that he's running, comes off as a little bit of an arrogant asshole. And speaking of retardedly expensive online courses, let's bring in our next contestant, FarFromWeak. Now, FarFromWeak first popped up onto the channel about 2 years ago and shot all the way up to 1 million subscribers within 1 year, which is pretty damn impressive. And the dude grew to popularity not just because of his opinion, but because of his presentation, using Kratos as an avatar and coming up with some very controversial thumbnails for his videos, such as this. He uses this as a thumbnail and then pisses and moans that he gets shadow banned and demonetized. But since getting demonetized, FarFromWeak disappeared for a little bit and kept coming back sporadically. And he kept coming back explaining that he was running other faceless channels in order to make money from YouTube since FarFromWeak was demonetized. And for about a year almost, he started hyping up this fucking guide he was coming up with in order to help everyone else create faceless channels to try and make income. And to be honest with you, it's not really that hard. In fact, my borderline Asperger's ass with dyslexia was able to figure out how to do a YouTube channel on my own, and trust me, it would be a lot easier if I didn't have this friggin' camera. Faceless channels are super easy, but he decided to make a masterclass in doing it. And he charged over $800 for it.
Are you broke?
Yes.
Do you want to make money with faceless channels?
Yes.
Then pay me $800.
The math's not mathing on me there, dude.
Pathetic!
And in recent months, he has grown exponentially in his notoriety, not just because of his very effective Kratos shtick, but because of every other self-improvement noob like myself ripping him a new asshole for doing this stupid $800 plus course. And the best part is, most of these guys were probably followers of them because they're mostly faceless channels. So they're ripping him a new asshole and showing him how easy it is without paying his bullshit price. Somebody asked Kratos if he wants some ointment for that sick burn. And don't even get me started on Fresh and Fit. I'm not even gonna go there. I don't need to. And with all this drama and this bullshittery happening in recent months in the self-improvement community, it's making me very scared that the entire community is imploding. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of fucking bad actors out there, and I'm happy that they're getting dulled down and weeded out. But the one thing that really terrifies me is the silent majority of people who don't preach, but follow. And their lives have grown and become fruitful, myself included. And I am absolutely terrified that self-improvement is just gonna go away like another fad. It's gonna go poof, like a fart in the wind. That combined with the 2 big wars in the world and the fact that it's an election year, you got all these distractions going around all over the news, all over social media, taking people's eyes off the prize, getting us to revert back to mindless tribalism and consumerism and forget what our main goal was. And the entire movement we have created is going to slowly dissipate. What? Improving my life physically, mentally, financially, spiritually? Oh no, fuck that. I want to, fuck the liberals and vote for Trump. Oh no, I want to paint my hair blue and vote for fucking Democrats. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is you. And if you are one of these hardcore tribal political types and you want to succeed, the best way you can succeed is to make yourself as better as possible. Because at the end of the day, even the most die-hard politician out there really isn't going to help you that much. Even if they do some good things like fix the economy or end a war, is it really going to make you lose weight? Is it really going to make you improve your health? Is it really going to make you improve your state of mind? Is it really going to make you improve your career? And that's why I'm not even close to finishing school and getting my degree, but I just had to jump on here and just let everyone know that number 1, I'm still alive, and number 2, please don't get distracted by the bullshit in the world. Don't get distracted by the icons that are starting to collapse. Don't get distracted by anything that doesn't improve your life. And if there's anyone who's watching this, because there is still an army of new up-and-comers out there that have just started their self-improvement journey, and a lot of you who've started creating content yourselves, I just want to say, do not fall for the same traps the last ones have. Do not take your eye off the prize. Do not get blinded by greed and consumerism and bullshit, and practice what you fucking preach. And that's all I had to say, guys. I know this wasn't that funny, and I try to make you laugh and I try to crack you up, but this was just something I had to get off my chest because I think it is truly important. In fact, the most important thing that's probably ever happened in the world in years is this movement. And if you're watching this video, it means you're probably a part of it, which also means you're part of the most important movement that has happened in the world in a very long time, even though the rest of the mainstream doesn't know it. And if you're getting so depressed because of the way the state of the world is right now, I only have one thing to tell you. There's an old saying that you've probably heard, and it's kind of cliche, but it's true. And the saying is, strong men make good times. Good times make weak men. Weak men make bad times. Bad times make strong men. And unfortunately, we are at the point in history where weak men have created bad times. But as a result, it is creating strong men. So things are bad, and they might even get a whole lot worse before they get better. But they will get better. The future is bright. As long as we stay true to our principles, we keep on the path that we're on, and we hold the line. So that's all I got for this one, guys. Ricky Rotten, signing out. Ta-ta, fare thee well, go outside and touch the grass, get some fresh air, ask that girl out, or that guy if you're gay. Nobody really cares if you're gay, just don't mess with kids. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, because if you don't, I will find you. It is so good to be back.